Desperate actions by Biden are telling us bond market is on the verge of a collapse. In this short podcast, I'm going to break down and connect the dots and some of the things transpire in the market, some of the easy trades, guys. As you know, we have been short gold, short oil, and they have run exponentially. Gold trade made over 100x since Trump won the presidency. And last night, we actually took the opposite direction of the trade after Biden, the lunatic that belongs in a fucking crazy house, announced that is going to allow, I'm going to break this down, he's going to allow for Ukraine to use the missiles. And I'm also going to break down what does it have to do with the bond market, guys. So he allows Ukraine to use the missiles to strike inside Russia, which is complete bullshit, right? Literally what that means, okay, Ukraine's got the missiles on their soil, but they cannot navigate the missiles. The navigation equipment, okay, is in the United States. The navigation ability is in London. Okay, it is in countries within NATO. And basically, there's no such thing as, oh, Biden gives the permission for them to use. No, Biden basically says, hey, we're gonna strike Russia with these long-range missiles. Okay, so I send a message out in the group saying, hey, guys, buy the fuck out of gold calls. For whatever reason, whenever the market opens for futures trading last night at 6 p.m. Like nothing is fucking happening, right? Gold is only up 6 points, and then finally people starting to understand. Hold on, this is what really this means. Biden just started World War III, and yet there's zero fucking coverage, zero coverage. Well, if you put the two and two together, yeah, he belongs in a fucking nut house, okay, but at the same time, somebody has told him to make that move to save the bond market, okay? Normally, at the times of war, bonds would get a bid, okay? But bonds are fucking continuing to collapse. I've posted multiple videos over the course of last 10, 15 trading days, pointed out to the fact that there's only a few instances in the U.S. history where bond move lower, literally bond drop, a substantial drop. And again, we're never talking about a drop in absolute terms, okay? We're talking about a drop within a particular time frame. That's what gets the market moving. And so if bonds continue the slide here, which no longer it's a slide, bonds are moving like 100 basis points in a fucking day. That's a lot of money we're talking about here. Even though when you look at the chart, it doesn't look like a huge move in terms of bonds. I mean, $1 move, 100 base, that's fucking a lot. So we're talking about Biden desperate bid to save the bond market is failing. So we should have seen bonds go to the fucking moon today, but yet bonds are selling off. They continuing to sell off. So Biden's plan has miserably failed to save the bond market. Now, combine that recently with BlackRock CEO, and the reason we want to talk about BlackRock is it holds trillions and trillions of dollars of bonds at a moment when nobody wants to buy them. And China don't want to buy them. France don't want to buy them. Germany doesn't want to buy them. Nobody wants to buy U.S. government bonds because they're fucking junk. They're total shit. And I broke down some exact reasons. This is just a quick summary of why nobody wants to buy them. But if you care to listen to a few other videos, I give you the specific examples. So with that said, guys, the demand for United States bonds is dropping sharply at a moment where United States government needs to fund a lot of things. At the time where U.S. government needs to borrow a shitload of money. So that means Fed is going to have to sell those bonds, okay, to basically create the money that the government needs. And within that is a pure market situation where bonds are going to fucking collapse. You got diminishing demand at the moment, whereas an increase in supply, okay, that equals to a drop. It doesn't matter how you slice it. We can sit here and talk for hours about bonds. Bonds are going lower. Now, the issue is, if bonds are going to continue lower, not like they bounce, they drop, they bounce, they drop. If they just continue lower every day for just a few more days, we're going to break the key support level on bonds, and the United States stock market will fold. It is inevitable that the United States market will fold. BlackRock CEO, if you look at the interview recently in the last few days, okay, BlackRock CEO is all fucking high on cocaine, giving an interview, and he's downplaying the trouble of United States government bond market. And guys, this is sad. BlackRock owns, there's a few big players in the market, like Apple owns trillions of dollars of United States bonds, but the thing is, Apple can hold them and he doesn't have to sell them. So, these bonds can go down in value 50, 60, 70%. And officially, they're not counted as losses because, Apple, it's got a pretty strong cash flow, despite of the fact that Apple stock is about to crash 30% like in the next few weeks. But outside of that, guys, Apple's got a pretty strong balance sheet. So it does own a lot of treasury bonds, but it doesn't have to fucking sell them. But at some point, it will have to sell them. So at some point, the point of reckoning is coming. The issue with BlackRock is it is going to be forced to sell some of these treasuries much sooner than Apple will have to sell them. And they're going to be dumping them for a fraction of the value, because this is where United States, all the pension, but this is the biggest pension fund in the United States. So all the people that are counting on their 401k to retire, they're going to be fucked. If you're in the United States and you think you got so much money in your retirement, automatically take whatever that number is and decrease it by 3 or 4. So in reality, BlackRock fund is about to collapse. It is on the verge of a astounding collapse. The problems are there, but the stock is still trading to all-time highs. Close to all-time high. Bonds are collapsing. Bitcoin is dropping this morning, okay? As we pointed out in the last video, Bitcoin's got a higher probability of going to 30,000 than it has to go to 100,000. At the moment where everybody's convinced it's going to go to 100,000 from a level of 93, 94,000 at the point where I recorded the video. Well, Bitcoin is at 90, and it's not a big drop, and it's probably going to bounce, and it's going to drop, and until really people are going to understand that this is a fucking top, and then you're going to see a serious break. The issue with BlackRock is it owns 40 billion in Bitcoin, which is not a big deal. It owns trillions of dollars in United States treasuries, and, Bitcoin and United States treasuries are both going to be in a downward spiral over the next few weeks. So at some point, you're going to see this fucking stock collapse. At some point, this problem is going to become too big because BlackRock is just too fucking big. And it's going to be a huge fucking problem. So Biden's desperate bid to at least get a bounce. With announcing World War III officially that United States was going to launch fucking long-range missiles deep into Russia, okay? With that, basically, World War III announced by Biden, okay? With that, bonds cannot catch a bid. Does that make sense how bad and poor the actual fucking demand for U.S. government bonds was supposed to be the safety haven, right? The safety haven is like total shit. It is... some of the penny stocks are better than fucking U.S. government bonds at this point. So the problem is getting bigger. It's increasing. There's going to be a shitload of sellers of U.S. bonds. There's going to be very few buyers. And I think that is why BlackRock CEO is so high on cocaine, he can't even fucking finish 2 sentences together in the interview. He keeps jumping from topic to topic, trying to not talk about bonds. Guys, I'm telling you, the signs are everywhere that bond market is on the verge of a collapse. So if you're not yet trading with the 13 Market Moves coach, guys, last week we had a nice little trade. We were buying some of these bonds for 4 cents and we were selling them for $1.20, utilizing short-term options expirations. Like if you missed that trade, guys, there's other trades that, honestly, you could have taken a gold trade last night and could have already been up as much as 5 to 10x, depending on your strike and expiration. Guys, these trades are happening now daily because the market is in total chaos. And it doesn't appear to an average trader like the market is in total chaos, but everything, the underlying, when you look underneath the hood, everything is there. This market is on the verge of a fucking collapse. And if you don't trade it, now you will regret it. If you trade the wrong stuff, okay, like last week we had options, put options on NASDAQ, we had put options on NVIDIA. Okay, if you trade on your own, I actually talked to somebody and he said, well, Leo, I was waiting for NVIDIA to drop. It didn't drop to the very last day, but my options decayed. Well, yeah, that's why, okay, you got to trade. You never take a shitload of trades, but, if you're trading with an account between 10K and 100K, keep those trades down to 2-3 trades, no more than 4 at any given time, okay? And you should have some of these trades that are correlated within those trades. Like, for example, shorted NASDAQ made a colossal amount of money, while NVIDIA, unless you shorted it on the last day or on the day before last week of trade, like Thursday, Friday, if you shorted NVIDIA, phenomenal. Some of these NVIDIA puts on Friday went like 28x. 28x! Because nobody thought NVIDIA was even going to try to attempt to drop below 140. All right, which takes me to a whole nother subject, and that's for another video, guys. What should you expect from NVIDIA earnings report? I'm going to break that down in the next video. It is not like what anybody expects. So don't miss that next podcast on NVIDIA, guys. I hope you understand how dire and serious these market conditions are, and I hope you trade them on the right side, and I hope you make a shitload of money. And I hope you do it with the 13 Market Moves. We have a history of helping people take their accounts from 3, 10, 50,000 all the way above $1 million. We have done it hundreds of times at this point, and we can help you do the same. So get in touch with 13 Market Moves Coach by going to 13marketmoves.com or 13mmtv.com. Let's roll.